Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Smashi Sports Show. My name is Hisham, and I'm joined today by Majid.
How are you, Hisham?
How are you, Majid?
Long time.
Long
Since
time?
we did the show together, right?
Long time no see.
Yeah.
Today is a Friday, 17th of January, almost the last 2 weeks of the month. We just want to remind you before we kick off for our headlines, EDC Round 3 will be happening next Saturday on the 25th of Jan. It's live on Smashi TV. If you missed out Round 2, you can find it on Smashi TV. Emirates Drifting Championship. It's a drifting championship that's been running for so long. This is our second year for us to stream it.
Yeah.
It's a very good experience. It's happening in Yas Circuit Marina in Abu Dhabi.
How much is the ticket, or is it free? Or
It's free for all people to
Nice.
Yes, it's free for all people to participate and go as an audience. Also, if you want to go cover there as a media, there's a link in the website for you to act as a media and get the credentials for it. And if you want to watch the full event, it starts at 2 p.m. on the 25th of January on a Saturday, live on Smashi TV. It was a great experience for the second year in a row. It's one of the huge events happening in sports, especially when it comes to drifting, because I wasn't really into driftings and cars, but me seeing them practice, because the practice day happens on a Friday from 6 till midnight. It's amazing. It's the amount of effort that they put. Because I thought they just drive a car and they drift.
just ruining the
Just
car.
how I drive my car every day. I thought this is how they do, but they put so much effort.
There's a lot of tire changing, engine, everything involved. Yeah.
Everything.
There's just one guy driving, and there's just one car, but there's a whole team behind
There's
it.
a big
the whole,
team behind them working on that, and you also have Falasi. He's a local youth. He's 16 years old.
Nice. And
Yes.
he's driving.
And he managed to win round 2. That's a huge success. It's amazing the way he drifts. I was amazed, to be honest.
Like,
you know?
it's funny he's allowed to drift at 16. And then maybe they have some new.
It's based on the rules of the federation itself, obviously, and obviously there's safety measurements. There's always if a cone drops during the drift, the next round waits until everything is back. So safety there is so high, very high. Before we jump in to our first headline, Turki Al-Sheikh recently posted a picture of Mohamed Salah wearing Al-Hilal t-shirt on his social media.
I don't think he's going. He's just playing with us.
I think he's helping Salah to put pressure more on the Liverpool management.
That's the game.
Salah is acting very well. His last game yesterday wasn't that best, but his season this year is amazing based on his age. And I think what's pushing him more that he still hasn't signed his new contract with the team. So he's trying to prove more and more to the team and to the fans that
every day, they're adding 1 million, 2 million, 3 million.
He is a Liverpool legend at that moment.
Now he is. Trust me. Even if he leaves right now, he is already a legend at Liverpool.
And I think they're the closest to the league. I'm sure Manchester City will come back. Arsenal not really performing that well. Manchester United also had the game yesterday. They weren't performing very well. But I predict that they're very close of winning his second Premier League with Liverpool and winning the Golden Boot. I think for the
most probably,
4th time.
If he leaves with the title, I don't think it's going to be that bad.
I think he's gonna sign because right now since the jump, because as a professional player with a contract, you're allowed to sign with any other club in your last 6 months, and
if they don't have an offer,
that period already started. So. Salah right now is currently.
Most probably he's signed already, right?
We call it free. I'm sure.
Either with Liverpool, he must have made his mind right now.
I'm sure Saudi teams are speaking with him. Al Hilal and obviously Turki Al Sheikh having Salah in the Saudi league will add more value to him, more than the value that's already been added.
And they would love for him to be there.
And why did
Who wouldn't like Salah right now?
Why did he put his picture with Al Hilal, not Ittihad? Al-Nassr, Al-Ahli.
Al-Nassr,
Why
Ronaldo
Al-Hilal?
And them. Oh, yeah, something is happening maybe behind the scenes we don't know
I
about.
think
It's a hint, but
I think Al Hilal currently is looking for a winger
yeah,
as Neymar won't be registered for the
yeah.
second round of the league. Um, I'm
Are
not
you sad
sure.
about that?
I'm not sure he's injured or
Yeah, he's just leaving
what's
somewhere
going
else.
on with
Most
him.
probably he's going somewhere else. Soon we'll see Neymar signing with someone.
I think he's
Yeah,
coming very close to the MLS.
yeah, MLS.
MLS Inter Miami, especially Brazilian players doesn't really co-op in a lot of country.
Yeah,
But I'm sure Saudi is a beautiful country. But you can see a lot of Brazilians players there coping up, such as
yeah.
Malcolm, such as Fabinho
Fabinho
in
as
Al
well.
Ittihad. Jota plays also for Al Ittihad. So we'll see what's his path gonna take
I think
him.
money. You give money, I'll cope in. I'll live in Antarctica. Talking about money, we're talking about it. We'll
I'll
talk about another guy who's getting a lot of money.
I live in the moon
Yeah,
by myself. Let's jump in to our first headline, and it's the top headline. It's confirmed yesterday by Fabio Ronaldo. Here we go, the famous "Here we
yeah,
go." Omar Marmoush, the 27-year-old, to Manchester City on a
yeah,
very amazing deal that I was very excited and happily, proudly seeing this yesterday. Omar Marmoush has been doing a really, really great season. I explained his story previously that he's like his generation made it to the Olympics, made it to the African Championship, made it
yeah,
to the Youth World Cup, and he wasn't selected with his generation, 97, 98 generation, the under 23 back in 4 or 5 years ago, and he wasn't in the picture. But still, he made a very, very hard effort for him to try to show himself and being in the
yeah,
Bundesliga and fighting in the Bundesliga. And I remember that first time we heard about Omar Marmoush, Kirosh, the ex Egyptian international coach, has actually brought him, and people are like, "Who's that kid?" First game for him, he scored a wonderful shot from outside the box, and from
then he was
now
like,
on,
yeah, now I know
he's
this kid.
there, and you see his story and him going from loans. And finally ending up in Frankfurt, making a huge success, competing across the whole world, not only in the Bundesliga with Harry Kane, with Salah, Rafinha in the Spanish La Liga. His goals and assists are more than his games. He scored 3 free kicks in a row. I was speaking with that with Aziz. He worked so hard on himself, and now you see hard work pays off. You just work in silence, and at the end, trust me, in life, how hard effort you put,
Yeah.
it will pay off. And if you don't get satisfied, at least you tried your best, so you don't regret the previous
I can
time.
see you're really excited because again, Egyptian
It's not that he's
countryman,
Egyptian.
and
The
also he's a
story,
star. Yeah,
apart from him being Egyptian,
yeah,
I really appreciate because I played the game and I was not mature enough to follow the path that I'm not seeing, then screw it, I'm not gonna do anything. But you see such a player working in the dark
yeah.
for 4 years, and he keeps putting the same effort.
And then eventually you see him
Yeah,
rise.
yeah. Like for example, you see players right now. I'm not gonna say Ronaldo or Messi, but you see players, they score a goal, 2 goals, they go to the national team.
Yeah,
They make a good game, they go to the national team. You know, but I feel like, imagine seeing all your generation participating in big tournament for the national team, and you're not there. That means you're not one of the best 30 players in this generation.
yeah.
You know, and then at the end, you're playing now under Pep Guardiola in Manchester City with Haaland, De Bruyne,
Yeah.
Diaz,
Do you
Ederson.
think he'll get like obviously after a settlement and everything, would he get like a full-time position?
Let me also give you my personal opinion. It's a tricky move because I'm not in his place, but if I was moving to a team in January, it's a difficult decision.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's very smart from Manchester City of getting a player in January. You never get a good superstar in
Yeah.
January, never.
Never.
But having him right now, I think it's smart because I'm sure his worth will be higher by the end of the season.
Yeah.
But I would probably wait to have a proper preseason with the team and then have friendly games done to start the season because he's gonna fly in tomorrow. In 2 weeks, he has a game.
Yeah.
That's very tough.
Yeah.
That's a risk, and I'm sure he thought about this. He thought about it, and
I don't think he'll be directly like involved. Like he'll start matches.
Trust me.
He'll be brought in like in the second half, like as substitute for half an hour.
That's a
and something.
shock.
Yeah.
It's a shock. That's
And
a
I
shock.
hate Guardiola for that,
Yeah.
to be honest. The last 3-4 years, the way Guardiola does his substitutions, at the end of like the first half, 40 minutes, he'll substitute a guy.
Yeah, that's a
so
shock.
He can come in, but I don't think he'll start
It's
right
a shock
now.
for me of having a team from the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
I'm on my top form. I know how we start, how my team works, how we defend, how we attack. Just like me and you being on the show, we know how I speak. There's chemistry between us. We've been doing this for 6 months, and then just finally just bring in someone, okay, in and go live, go live.
It's
You know?
impossible.
So it's not impossible. It's going to be very hard because the
Yeah.
Premier League.
Also, the
It's very-
weather, acclimatization,
I think it's not the
team
weather,
culture,
I thi-
everything is
I
different.
think it's not going to be because I predict I've visited both countries.
Yeah.
I think Germany is very hard to live on more than
Yeah.
UK, and I think he's going to adapt easily due to the weather, the country, the society, the food because he's already in Germany.
Yeah.
I predict you have more Arabs in UK than in Germany. And like he has the language, he has the knowledge. He's been in Europe for many years. But I think being with the team, this is the hard part, and especially you're coming in a time where the team needs someone or a few players to take the team up. Manchester City hasn't been performing very well since the beginning of this season.
They're sixth.
This is the third signing, so those signing has a lot of pressure on them. That's my point of view. Just if you can handle this pressure, I'm sure he thought about it. Maybe he thought about having it now. Maybe it might not come again in the summer, but very excited to see him wearing that jersey and playing a Sunday game in the Premier League. I think he has his position there because wingers hasn't been performing very well, especially Jack Grealish. Last 2 seasons wasn't really great for him at all. So I think Marmoush will make a big impact in the beginning. Team result will be pressuring because at the end you need the team to win in order for you to succeed. If you made a huge game but the team didn't win, all you did is going to be
it's
thrown
no
away.
use, yeah.
There is no need for it. So wish all the best for Omar Marmoush in his
Yeah.
next step in Manchester City, and good signing for Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
And
Smart move. Before anyone grabs it, just grab.
I sent him a text yesterday on Instagram. I congratulated him and I wished him the best because reaching that way just took him a long way. Playing 3 to 4 clubs in the second ranking. Obviously, they're first teams in the Bundesliga, but when you see the story of such a player, is amazing. It's amazing. Let's jump into our second story of today, and we're back to the Saudi League, and we're back to Karim Benzema. Rio Ferdinand calls on Arsenal to sign Al-Ittihad striker Karim Benzema. He was previously on one of his German podcasts mentioned that if I was Arsenal, I'd go get Karim Benzema for a 6-month loan till the end of this season. I think that probably came the idea because Gabriel Jesus got an ACL injury. Arsenal hasn't really having a proper number 9 striker.
Yeah.
Playing Kai Havertz there, Gabriel Jesus there. But having a striker, a number 9 striker that you can rely on as a striker, will come receive the ball, make the pressure on the defense. That bus station that he makes, it's not there. I think Karim is not happy in Saudi. I don't know why.
Yeah. Maybe it's not even money. It's just the quality of football. He's a Ballon d'Or winner.
Okay,
He
Cristiano
needs
Ronaldo is a
better
Ballon d'Or winner, but
Yeah, but
it's,
to be honest, comparing them, the stage of age and fitness and everything they're at, I don't think Karim. I think Karim has more time than Ronaldo in the football field and better time. Obviously, Ronaldo is a monster. He's physically very fit.
Well, I think
But still, Benzema has a lot to offer.
in the Russian Saudi League documentary on Netflix,
Yeah.
there's something I really spotted, and that was very important to me. That Karim Benzema, when he came to Al-Ittihad, they did not treat him like a Ballon d'Or.
They just treat him
He didn't
you're
treat
here.
him like the best striker in the world at
Yeah.
that time, and that was true. Obviously, as a player, you would compare. So who does he compare himself with?
Ronaldo.
Si Madeira. So I think that narrowed him down. And I'm not saying that it's not right to compare. It's wrong to
Yeah.
compare. Obviously, it's not right to compare yourself with anyone. But unintentionally, you would have to
Yeah.
see, why me? Imagine, like, our boss comes every day in the morning and he says good morning to me only. just to me. And he doesn't
Yeah.
say anything to you. Or maybe he says it one. You have no anything against me, but
Yeah.
you'll say like, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
You know? So,
Yeah, the conversation about Saudi Pro League is too much about Ronaldo.
yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And especially that next headline we're going to talk about,
Yeah.
the 550,000
euros per day.
Yeah. So I think I really agree with Rayo,
Yeah.
because that will open up more space for Karim. Listen, if you're not performing well,
Yeah.
you need to wake up.
Yeah.
You know, if you didn't wake up, you're gonna stay in that zone, that bubble where you're just gonna.
Yeah.
All right. He actually made a very good game against Al Hilal, and they knocked him out of the cup on penalties. But at the end, you see, he has it. He's a very big star, but I think he needs a break.
Yeah. Even if not a break, he needs to be in a team where he doesn't have to worry about being up to the potential. His pressure on second they spend like from the out the to deliver.
Zinedine, the same season, tough season in the Champions League, in La Liga.
Yeah.
Terrible, terrible. Who's responsible? Benzema. Next year, what did he do? What did he do? Champions League, La Liga,
Yeah.
Super Cup. So he knew how to handle the pressure in the biggest club in the world.
Yeah.
Controls football.
Yeah.
Alfantino Perez, he's the manager of football in the world, not the FIFA. You know? So he managed to handle that pressure. He managed to take the biggest team in the world, okay, and bring it forward and winning back to their favorite trophy. So I'm sure he can handle that pressure in Saudi. But he didn't feel, you know, when there's a mistake happens, you won't forget it, you just feel it inside you. That's the phase he's in. Him going to the Premier League right now, I think it's a very good move for him on a loan. It will make him have the availability to open up, take his breath, participate in the Premier League. Premier League is a very fantastic league to play in. I don't think he played in a Premier League. He played for Lyon.
Yeah.
He played for another team in France. Then he moved to Madrid.
Yeah.
So
Maybe the new experience will be refreshing.
and there, the fans are like, at the end, fans are crazy across all the world.
Yeah.
But trust me, the Premier League fans,
Yeah, they're a different breed.
they're different.
Yeah.
They're somewhere else. So I think that will take him back, and it will give him the other opportunity to think, do I really want to continue here?
Yeah.
Or do you think I can go back? Or do you think I can go to another league? Or
Yeah.
should I go to the MLS? His performance after those 6 months that if he went to Arsenal will be, that will make him have a story, and it will make him have like a report to see what can he do and where can
Yeah.
he be, you know? Because he might go to Arsenal, boom, sign a contract, stay there for another 2 years.
Yeah.
And he might not, he might slack, so he'll
Don't
go
like
back
it.
to Ittihad.
I'm going back.
And he might just shift out to another league, you know? He might go play in France. He's a French player, then PSG,
Yeah, he can go anywhere,
Lyon,
yeah.
you know, Marseille.
I think apart from PSG, everyone will be happy to have him. Maybe
Yeah.
PSG as well.
Yeah, PSG are trying to get. They signed the Napoli winger. I never knew how to pronounce his name, and I don't know how to read it. Okay, he's from Georgia.
Okay.
Okay,
Something.
Yeah,
Something.
you know what I'm talking about.
I can't pronounce it.
Everyone knows what I'm talking about, but I don't know how to read his name, and I don't know how to pronounce his name. Okay, he's just left wing. He played for Napoli, and his socks are always low, not high. So,
Yeah.
and he's from Georgia. So yeah, I think it's a fantastic move for him if it happened. And trust me, I'd follow him if he went to Arsenal. I'll keep a close eye on him
Yeah.
because Benzema is also a great story.
He'll also add more experience to his kitty. That's the main thing. I personally believe every player should play all the big 5 leagues at least. Now
But
the
there
big
is a
6 Saudi Pro League as well.
There's a risk.
Yeah. Injury risk or like just
If
risk?
you went to Arsenal and your 6 months wasn't that good,
Yeah.
Al-Ittihad and the fans will be like,
Why did you go?
why did you go?
Yeah.
And you're performing bad there.
Yeah.
And you're performing bad here. So what are we supposed to do now? Do we have you? Or do we sell you?
Yeah.
Or what do we do?
No.
You know what I mean?
They will never see. We were talking about it right now also, and then we'll move to the Ronaldo story as well. All these big players, to be honest, they opened the doors to the Saudi Premier League. I saw Saudi Pro League. The realization that again after the documentary and then now like keeping updated with all the league, the idea is that Saudi Pro League is very big, but it locally. These guys opened the door and made it global. So I don't think they'll ever be let go, or they'll be like, okay, we're not renewing your contract, or this or that. These 4 or 5 big players will always be like the icons who brought Saudi Pro League to the global stage. So I don't think he will ever be fired, or like he'll ever be like, okay, go away, or we're decreasing your money. So this is the main thing. So with Benzema, I think he has this security at least that I will not be like kicked out of the club ever, because again, these are like the premier.
I'm not talking about the
top of
board.
the
I
cream,
think
yeah.
about the fans.
Fans, yeah. Fans will do whatever they want. You can never control the fans.
100%. I
Yeah.
totally agree with you. Let's move on to our final story, and this is the other side of the problem. Cristiano Ronaldo's new Al-Nassr contract earns him 550,000 euros
per day.
Also, that will be at 5% of the club revenue. Is it shares from the club
It's the
itself,
stake in the
or
club.
just the revenue that we will
Most
make?
probably whatever they earn, 5% will be his.
Like, is he like one of the owners?
Yeah, 5% minority owner. Yeah, a stake in the club means you're 5% owner of the club. And again, same thing. Ronaldo opened the door. Ronaldo was the first
I'm
one.
trying to touch wood right now. Bro.
Imagine
Whoa.
€500,000 per
Mashallah,
day.
say mashallah. Touch wood again. Touch wood again. Touch wood. Listen,
83 million
hard work pays
euros
off.
a year.
Whatever this guy takes,
Yeah.
truly believe me from inside. So
He
like,
deserves it.
when you see like big people across the whole world, like Elon Musk, Bill Gates, other people, you say, how are they making that big amount of money? But especially for Ronaldo, whatever he makes,
Yeah.
this guy deserves it.
You were saying
This guy
it, no?
works every day. He works every hour.
Yeah.
He works every second.
Deserves
He's
it.
a beast. He's a machine. I have so much respect for him since ever he left Real Madrid, because I'm a Barcelona fan, and before I used to
I
support,
wanted him out.
and before I supported Barcelona, I was an Arsenal fan, and first match ever for me was Arsenal versus Manchester United in the Champions League, and he scored the free kick 40 meters away, and I started crying, and I was like in grade 2. All right, so he's been my enemy since like.
But
I loved football.
He's the kind of enemy you respect. That's the main thing about Ronaldo. You can never hate him. He will do wonders for your opposition and will be like, I hate you, but then you'll come out and be like, respect, bro. Player. So, yeah, Ronaldo is going to earn a lot of money. The main consensus of all the articles that I read about it, mainly Marca reported it, the Spanish newspaper. They're very famous for this. They're a tabloid newspaper and they'll do these stories. But then I got confirmation from the Mirror as well. Because the Mirror also reported on this same thing, that he was offered a 5% stake. So officially, to be honest, officially the contract is still not out. No one knows what's written in the contract. But two of some of the biggest like footballing publications, they've said that this happened according to sources near the matter who were in the room and everything was being discussed or signed maybe. And my only opinion is he deserves it.
Yes.
And Al-Nassr knows, Saudi PIF knows, everyone
Turkey
literally in
Sheikh
Saudi
knows,
right
everybody
now.
knows.
Everybody knows that he deserves it, and if he doesn't deserve it,
I'll tell you
they will
something.
do everything to stop
I'll
him.
tell you something. Okay. I'll tell you
Victory
something
sign from
very
Kirby.
important before we end this episode.
Yeah.
Okay. if you're gonna ask why is he earning 2 million every 48 hours, I'm sorry, my friend, you're stupid. Excuse my language. You know why? Saudi's on the map for football because of Ronaldo. Saudi has the plan for this. They have the higher attention and respect for them for planning this. Okay, so the plan that they made is fantastic. The credit goes to the Saudi management, president, PI, whoever is involved.
Everyone is involved.
Takes the highest credit. But the other part of it, the other 40% is Ronaldo. Having the World Cup coming to Saudi Arabia in 2034, one of the main reasons I have is Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay? A lot of developing happening in Saudi, aside from football that help entertainment, that help movies, that help, is because of Cristiano Ronaldo. Having such a brand, because Ronaldo is not a name. Okay? He's not a football player, he's a brand.
And now it's attached with Saudi Arabia.
All right? So that's very a collab between him and Saudi Arabia.
Now, I was thinking about this. That
again,
right now, two of the world's biggest players.
My favorite word, and I respect him so much for that. You know what I'm going to say. You're going to have your part, I'm going to have my part, and you're going to have your part. And Smashi will have their part. And we are actually having our part now, getting views, talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. You know what I mean?
Everyone will have
So everyone is having his part. So don't come and tell me why is he taking a million every 48 hours. Because everyone's talking about him in the world. More than a billion talking about
If you
Cristiano
look at it, there's the world superpower, US, MLS. They have the best player in the world, Messi. And the second, not the second, like two of the best players. Oh, what am I saying?
Messi.
I'm a Ronaldo fan.
Messi is a more of
and see, the second biggest power, like what I believe in the Middle East and obviously globally as well, Saudi Arabia. They have the second one. So it's a very nice balance if you see it.
Yes, 100%. 100%. That's all the news we had for you today. Thanks for everyone who's listening and watching us. You can also watch us live video audio on Smashi TV, and you can listen to us on your favorite podcast platform, Anghami, Spotify, YouTube Music, and Apple Podcast. Thank you, Majid. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You can also watch all our streaming competitions across all federation, volleyball federation, handball federation, and our favorite basketball federation with our super commentary in Arabic, and also watch the Precision Football Women game live next weekend. And don't forget to watch EDC Round 3 on the 25th of Jan at 2 p.m. This was Smashi Sports Show, a Smashi production under the Augustus Media Network podcast. See you on Monday at 11 a.m.